What is going on to you Virgos out there? Good morning. So you Virgos actually have the Fool, the King of Pentacles, and you have the Two of Cups. So overall, right, the Fool and the King of Cups and Fool, King of Pentacles, Two of Cups. A lot of you Virgos are, like I said, furthermore done with people constantly trying to get you to be at the mercy of their desires. A lot of you Virgos are a lot smarter than what people give you credit for, and a lot of you Virgos are going to start to show people that if they don't start taking you seriously by the way of respect, they can be outsmarted by you. How you're doing that in the first place is a lot more of you Virgos are going to start calling them out, because the way that they're moving is the King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. They think that, when I say they, I'm talking about people that you have interacted with that don't really have very pure intentions. They seem to be very sketchy. So as a result, a lot of you Virgos realizing that the best thing, like, they're too deep in their dysfunction. They're too deep in the ignoring you, trying to act like they're on some sort of pedestal, trying to act like nothing is wrong, being hyper confident, prideful, all this other type of goofy nonsense. So the best way is that a lot of you Virgos are not putting up with the nonsense. And the best way for you to do that is to leave them alone. And if they ask, then you call them out by telling them why you're leaving them alone. If you want to, that is. Granted, you don't have to tell them anything, because, like I said before, the King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, they're coming to you Virgos by the way of trying to use you, right? Misuse you, mistreat you, by the way of telling you that they like you, or some people may even have lack of integrity enough to tell you that they love you, or they want to hang around you because, you know, they'll tell you these things, or they'll act like they like you, when what will happen here is that they will use that love that they know that a lot of you Virgos probably didn't have romantically, right, to be able to see and to test you to see if you have a sore soft spot. And if you do, they'll use you. You know, this is why it is that I say that, again, you have to learn to, people don't want to hear this, but it's just the truth. You have to learn to get over the moralism, because it's the moralism that is part of the problem with dating. You know, there's a way for you there's a way for you to be amoral and still do what is right at the same time. You know, and you don't have to be wild or like out of your mind in order to do both of those things, right? The best way to be able to do both of those things, to not be amoral but still do what is right, is to gain more knowledge, wisdom, and experience. When you understand things, right, you don't have to be told certain things, because you understand it as far as principles. You don't necessarily need dogma, right? Somebody finger wagging, talking about, if you don't do this, you know, you do it for the right reasons. You do it because it's the right thing to do, and you understand why, right? Right now, my dishes are clean, but people don't have to tell me, oh, you know, if on some dogma, moralistic stuff, you should be doing your dishes because it's nice. It's like, no, I understand that if I don't do my dishes, my house is going to be filthy, and all those dishes, when am I going to find the time to cook? You see the difference between principles and dogma? The dogma is you should clean the dishes because it's the nice thing to do, right? People will like you more. And the other one is functionality, reality. Well, you can do whatever you want, but if you don't clean them, then you're going to be filthy, and that's going to bring down the overall quality of your life. So in order to raise back up the quality of your life, it's probably a good idea that you go and wash the dishes. You understand what I'm saying? It's not this drawn out, like, this drawn out, overly complicated thing. It's a simple answer. So people will use, right, your moralism to their advantage if they could. And a lot of you Virgos, like I said, a lot of you have been breaking free from that. The Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, they'll tell you whatever it is that they think that you want to hear around this time. They'll tell you they want to be in a relationship with you. They'll tell you that they like you, that they like you. They'll tell you that they love you. All this goofy nonsense. And it will be up to you, Virgos, to literally, it'll be up to you to literally tell them no or ghost them, you know? Because you can see it coming from a mile away. And a lot of you Virgos know from firsthand experience that a lot of times when people make it seem like they like you, or they just say, or they say that they like you, not really, because they don't actually do the things that is conducive to actually be in a relationship. And like it is that I said before, you know, other people will talk about, oh, you know, they don't like, that means that they don't like you. Well, that's cap. You know, again, that's disingenuous to a certain extent, because they don't respect anything, Virgo. So you shouldn't be caught up with, well, you know, how come people don't respect you, right? They don't respect anybody. And I've talked about this before, and I can prove this, right, many times over. How many times have you seen people who talk about the type of people that they want, and by the off chance they do get that type of person, they still treat that person like trash over a certain amount of time? Like at first it starts off all cool. It's almost like they're worshiping the person. And then you hear it 5, 6, 7 months, a year and a half down the line, right? 16 months down the line, they're treating that person just like a common individual, because that person's lifestyle and notoriety and fame and everything, it wore off. Now, that person is boring to them, right? At the beginning, they were worshiping them. Now, all of a sudden, that person is boring. So I'm saying all that to say, you Virgos shouldn't be taking it personally. You got a lot of people out here looking for help, okay? They're looking for financial help. They want some bills paid. So the thing is that the Page of Wands and the Six of, some of these cards look alike in this tarot deck, is why I got to look at it. But the Page of Wands and the Six of Pentacles is about you Virgos understand that a relationship has to go both ways, right? Has to be a two-way street. Y'all are looking for the real thing. You're not looking for a situation where it's like a high level, you pay their light bill, they give you a little bit of nookie and all this other type of nonsense. You Virgos aren't looking for that. You want to actually be in a relationship. So the Three of Swords represents if somebody comes to you with that, right? The Three of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Judgment right here is about how a person has no chance if they're going to approach you like this. If you observe that they are trying to misuse you and treat you like trash, you Virgos aren't going for it. Y'all are going to dip up on out of here. Y'all are just going to leave. Y'all don't want to have anything to do with this individual, because you'll see them for who and what they are now, right? Which is an individual that you realize that you shouldn't be trusting in the first place. And what's going to happen is the Seven of Cups and the Judgment, right? You have a lot of people right now and in the future that's going to give you a hard time, because in their own delusions of grandeur, because it's delusions of grandeur, they think that you Virgos should make yourself disposable to them to be used, or exposed to them to be used and mistreated. And you Virgos obviously aren't going for it, and they don't like that. But who cares? See, the parasite never respects the host. The parasite never respects the organism that is parasiting off of. I love you. But they never respect the person or the organism, bing, that they're parasiting. That's my dog. That's my dog down there. But they never respect it. So as a result of never respecting it, it's like a parasitic symbiotic situation where it's like They need you in order to survive because they're completely incompetent. And I don't care what anybody says, they're not the brightest bulbs on the tree. The fact that they don't have honor and integrity, they don't get the full Monty to be able to understand things, right? So their brain doesn't get developed. And because of the fact that their brain and their emotions don't ever actually, and their mind, I should say, doesn't develop, their spirituality and their perception of the world and their capabilities, right? How capable they are to deal with problems and solve problems don't ever get developed. I'm talking about the parasite. But while at the same time now, the hypocrisy in all of it is the parasite still doesn't see the host as being respected. So you Virgos know this because you've been down this road before. You know how many busters have entered into your life, talked way too much about what they were going to do, or acted, if they didn't talk about it, acted like they were benevolent and that they actually had your best interest in mind, only for these individuals to be a complete flop. And then the next thing you know, they just basically selling smoke. They blowing smoke. All this selling of just talk. They talking a big game. When it's time for them to back it up, you either back it up or you in real problems. I'm gonna leave you if you don't back it up. I can't back it up because you goofy is why. So let's clarify the judgment. That's how the situations be with you Virgos. So to clarify the judgment, we had the Three of Swords, the Strength, Seven of Pentacles, Lovers, Five of Wands. When you Virgos decide to actually leave them alone, they're going to be heartbroken because they can't parasite off of you. And deep down, there is a little part to them where they did really like you, but it's not enough to actually have them do right by you. So the Lovers and the Five of Wands represent, so you Virgos are going to have to see who is really fake and who's real and actually stay away from the people who are fake. So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's all the ways to get a personal reading from me, where it says tarot reading. On that same website, it'll have tarot readings as well as birth chart readings. In the section where you see Amazon, right, it'll say that's where it is that you can get my books that are on Amazon, right, because I'm an author. Also too, my merch is there as well. My merchandise, from t-shirts, sweatpants, hoodies, sweatshirts. And when the weather starts to get colder, which is coming up very soon, you're going to see me wear Kareemspiritworks hoodies. Peace.